Hi everyone, my name is Neerab Kumar. Welcome to my video, a super simple way to learn data engineering part 1. I'm a cloud architect and Microsoft certified trainer. I'm very happy and excited to present this video to you. If you are new to big data, want to know what are different technologies in big data, what are different roles available in big data, and how to become a data engineer, this video can help you out. Some of the major topics we will cover include introduction to big data, major big data technologies, Azure Big Data Services, different roles in big data, and specifically, what does a data engineer do and how can you become one? We will also see demo of a data pipeline and of course summarize everything. And finally, we will see how to go ahead and what will be our next step. Once you are able to finish this video, you will be able to understand big data, Azure Big Data Services, and the skill required to become a data engineer. Before beginning this video, you should have basic knowledge of Azure Cloud, data concepts, and Python programming. Although Python programming will be required from part 3. So if you have knowledge of Azure Cloud and data concepts, you can go ahead with the part 1 and part 2. So now what is big data? Big data is a collection of data that is huge in volume, it growing exponential with time. It is a data with so large size and complexity that none of the traditional data management tool can store it or process it efficiently. What is meaning of this definition? We will understand better when we talk about big data characteristics and types of big data. Big data is defined by 3 V's: volume, velocity, and variety. When we are talking about the volume refers to the amount of data that is necessary to analyze and process. Its size varies from hundreds of terabytes or more. Then velocity. Velocity refers to the speed at which the data may be arriving and collecting. And variety refers to the fact that the data can be a structure, semi-structured, or unstructured. So any one of this one or more characteristics is there, we need big data technology to process it efficiently or to get some value from it. Types of big data. The data can be a structure, semi-structured, or unstructured. If you see, this is a RDBMS data, relational database management data, tabular format. So this is a structured data. Then you might have some data in JSON, XML, or email format. Although it has some structure, but it doesn't conform to any data model. After some effort, it can be put into tabular format. So these are semi-structured data, and there's some data like images and videos. Those are unstructured data, which need to be processed differently. Some of the major big data technology are, we will see different types of big data technology first. A storage technology, then integration technology, processing technology, and visualization technology. What are these? If you are talking about a storage technology, these are the storage services which are capable to store big volume of data in different format and different types of data. Then we have integration technology. What it does, using integration technology, you can create data pipelines to move data from one place to other. And we have processing technology, which use these services uses distributed computing concept to process the data so that huge volume of data can be processed. And then after processing those data, there we need to get some value of this. So those report visualization and reports is created by some visualization technology tools like Power BI, Tableau. And all this big data technology now is available into cloud. So it can be Azure Cloud, Amazon Cloud, or Google Cloud. So we will learn the services available in Azure Cloud. So what are those services? We have Azure Data Lake. Basically, it provides storage. Then we have Azure Data Factory as an integration. We will use a data factory for creating data pipeline, and this is the main job of data engineer, which we are going to learn this Azure Data Factory in detail. And then we have Azure Databricks, which can be used for process the or transform the data. There's some more technology like Synapse, Azure Synapse. What is this? Provide features available in all those three services: Azure Data Lake, Azure Data Factory, and Azure Databricks. So if you have learned Azure Data Lake, Azure Data Factory, and Azure Databricks, you will be easily able to work with Azure Synapse. Then if you have some basic knowledge of data concepts, you must be knowing about SQL and Azure SQL database, where we have data into tabular format. Then we have Azure Stream Analytics. Some, there are different two types of data: batch data or streaming data. So Azure Stream Analytics is used to process a streaming data. Now we'll see what are different roles available in big data. One very important role you have data analyst. Then we have data engineer, data scientist. These are not the only three roles available in big data, but these are the main three roles which we will talk about. And what data analyst does, it creates, visualize, and report data. As a data analyst, you should have some basic data concepts, and then you should know about at least one visualization tool like Power BI, Tableau. Then we have data engineer. What data engineer do? It creates data pipelines. Doesn't do only this much, but then this is the main job done by data engineer, which we are also going to do if we want to be data engineer. And this video and coming video, we will be creating data pipelines. And what data scientists do? Data scientists build models and run experiment. They use machine learning and AI to get the insight from the data. For example, when you open a YouTube, you get some kind of advertisement, or when you open any website, you get some kind of advertisement. Mostly, it is related to an interest, and how they come to know. Your historical data is getting processed by some of the machine learning model or AI model. Based on that, they are able to suggest you something, and this model is created by data scientists. So out of these three, data analyst is a little easy to learn compared to other. Then you have data engineer, where you will need to learn, you need to have some programming knowledge, then some data concepts and some cloud knowledge, cloud services knowledge, and then data scientist. Data scientist is the most complex. If you have mathematical knowledge, statistical knowledge, some programming knowledge, and you are ready to work very hard, then only, and that too for long term, then only you should go for data scientist. So what does a data engineer do? The job of data engineer to create a data pipeline to move raw data from a source system to a target database, such as a data lake or data warehouse. You see in the diagram, as a data engineer, you will be able to create Azure Data Factory to get data from on-premises and other Azure cloud to a data source, to data target. And why this data is copied from one place to other, and because to get some insight from it, to generate some reports, and to make some decision based on that report. In this process, sometimes we also need to transform the data, not only copying the data from one place to other. That we will see next. This is a simple data pipeline which is created by a data engineer. What it does, we have created a Azure Data Factory pipeline which copy the data from Azure storage account to Azure Data Lake storage Gen 2. This is an example we are going to see in the demo also. This is the simplest work done by any data pipeline. It will copy data from source to destination. Then there can be a little more complex pipeline where you need to transform or process the data in between. So there you see in this diagram here what we a data engineer doing. It is processing the data using Azure Databricks. And how it is done, you need to write a code, Python code, Scala or SQL code in a notebook, and that code will work on the data. It will, you might need to add in some column in the tabular format. You might need to remove something. So those things will be done by code only, and then it will get executed into Azure Databricks environment. And finally, data will be transferred to some target tables or database. So, but this will be a little more complex. If you are able to learn how to create this simple data pipeline and how to create this complex data pipeline, you have become a data engineer. Rest other things, I'm not saying that there is nothing after that, but this rest other things you will be able to learn during your work or during the process of learning these things. So only these two things, if you are able to do, which hopefully we will be able to do in next few videos, and then you can safely say you know the data engineering work. So we will see a demo here on our Azure portal. Here we have different resource group. How do you keep your services in Azure portal? You create a resource group. Resource group is like kind of folder. So I've created a resource group where this is demo1.rg. RG stand for resource group. So here I have provisioned 3 services. Provision means I've created 3 services. Right? One is data source, which is a storage, Azure blob storage, and one I have created data target demo, which is a store Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. You might be find both look similar. We will later find out what is difference between these two. Not in this video. And then I have created Azure Data Factory. How you open this Azure Data Factory? Let me just show you a little bit. You need to click here, and then you will see the dashboard. But here you will not be able to work it. If you want to work on this, then you need to create launches studio. Then you will see actually, dashboard of the Azure Data Factory where you can create pipelines or you can do all the things. So I have created a pipeline here, demo pipeline. What it does, it copy data from source to destination, and we will see in action. What I did, I created a pipeline and added one activity, copy data activity from here. We are going to learn in next video, don't worry. I just showing the demo of this pipeline. And if you remember, if you've gone through my DevOps video, there also in release pipeline or build pipeline, we used to add some task. The same thing here, we add some activity. There are different kinds of activity. We will see later. So I have added one activity. In source, it is connected to source Azure storage account, and sync in Azure Data Factory. Sync means target. In sync, we have connected to target Azure storage data lake. So this is a pipeline. It is connected with source and target. When it will run, it will copy the data from source to target. Let me show you. So what we will do, I will upload one file from here. You see, currently it has one file, product. There was one container. We have one container, product data. What is container? Kind of the same as name suggested. It is a container where you can keep the file. We have a product data container which has one file, product-data.csv. Now, if you go to the target data lake, you see here notation, this is a data lake. And if you see here, this is a storage account. So if we go here, here also one file. Why it is one file? Because earlier I triggered that pipeline, so it copied that file is copied into this container. Now we will try to see whether if I have another file and if I run this pipeline, whether I am able to copy the file to this from source to target using the pipeline. So how we can see that? I will upload a new file from here. How to upload the file here in this blob storage? You need to click on browse, select this product dash data dash mobile file, and click on upload. If there is the same file, it will override it. So I will click it and then I will upload the file. You see the file is uploaded here in the Azure blob storage. So now we have two files here. And if you go and see the target database, which is Azure Data Lake, here we have only one file. And we know this pipeline is connected to this pipeline. I will keep it here. This pipeline is having one activity, copy data, which is connected to source and sync. Sync is a target. So you need to run this pipeline. How to run this? You need to click here, click on trigger now. There's a way to schedule it also, but click on trigger now and you just click OK here. Let me just do it. Okay, I clicked on OK. So now you see it has started running the demo pipeline 1. How we can check whether this is running? There is one option, come to monitor. And if you see here, this pipeline has just started and run successfully, succeeded running success. It has run successfully. That means the new file I have added into that source storage account should be copied to the target account. If it is done, our Azure data pipeline is successful. Let me go and check it. You see only one file because you have to refresh it automatically. It takes time to come. And awesome. You see, we need to run this pipeline. How to run this? You need to click here, click on trigger now. There's a way to schedule it also, but click on trigger now and you just click OK here. Let me just do it. There's some issue. Okay, I clicked on OK. So now you see it has started running the demo pipeline 1. How we can check whether this is running? There is one option, come to monitor. And if you see here, this pipeline has just started and run successfully, succeeded running success. It has run successfully. That means the new file I have added into that source storage account should be copied to the target account. If it is done, our Azure data pipeline is successful. Let me go and check it. You see only one file because you have to refresh it automatically. It takes time to come. And awesome. You see, we have got the new file here in the target. So what data pipeline is doing? It is copying the data from one source to target. And in real life, you will not do only this much. Maybe huge data is available into some other on-premise data server, and there you need to connect through Azure Data Factory and then copy it. So this is what we have seen. We have seen data factory in action, and this is what we are going to learn in my next video. You will be able to create this pipeline, this storage account, and start working as a data engineer. So this is what we have seen the demo, where we have seen a simple pipeline which copies a file from source to destination. We had a CSV file name. let me give you one more interesting things. One product dash data.csv has some information in CSV format. I was not having this data. How I got this data? I went to ChatGPT and I typed this command: create a sample data set of product sales by Indian state. Use 10 products, include product name, price, sell, and data. And you see how smart this ChatGPT is. It is able to give me a file into CSV format. And this is file I copied and stored in the CSV file and then uploaded it. So we have a CSV file using this ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT for different purpose. This is one of the purpose. I also use ChatGPT to prepare my PowerPoint presentation. You can also do that. So that's okay. That was a little diverted from our this data engineering things. Let me come to the point. So what we have learned, now we have some idea about big data, different technology used in big data. We have also seen what are the important or major Azure data services we can use. We've also seen different roles into big data, like data analyst, data engineer, and data scientist. And this video is about how to become a data engineer. So we are trying to learn all the tricks of the data engineers and all the how to do all the work. And in that process, we have already seen how to create a data pipeline. And that is exactly our next part 2 will be. There we will create a simple data pipeline. And of course, you should be also able to create a pipeline after finishing that video. What you can do next is that till we ever part 2 video comes, you learn about SDFC, what is Hadoop distributed file system, what is Apache Hadoop. If you learn about Apache Hadoop, you will come to know about two things: SDFS and MapReduce. SDFS is distributed file system and MapReduce is used to process the data. And what is Apache Spark? In fact, Apache Spark is a kind of newer version of Apache Hadoop or next level of Apache Hadoop. So nowadays we use Apache Spark, but then for knowledge purpose, you need to learn those things. So you need to learn all these things to have better knowledge. What more you can do, you can prepare for exam DP 900, Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals. So you will have knowledge of all the basic of data fundamental, which is basically point you to the become a data engineer. And the best thing is that you can prepare and even get certification of DP 900 exam free of cost without spending a single rupee or dollar. How you can do that? That you can watch my previous video where I have explained how to do the Agent 900 exam free of cost. You can follow the same process to do DP 900 also. And that is also mentioned in the video. So this is what you do. And what I will do, I will prepare for part 2. Thanks for joining me and happy learning.